I mean, they're just incredible. Every day I'm learning something new. Just when you think you've learned almost all that you can, there's more. There's always more.
Yeah. Hi, and welcome to Kelly, where we talk about our lives, your life, my life, and through Kelly, we hope to inspire. I have Brian Krainson on the show today, and he is the owner of ATL Stunts, and you are also a stunt performer.
Yes.
So thank you for being here
absolutely.
on Kelly, and today is when we have a lot of firsts today. Today is the first time we've ever filmed outside of my studio, Words in Motion, and we're filming in your studio. So you and I and my husband and your wife, we've bonded a really cool relationship since COVID.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you know, we find a lot of value in you. I hope you find a lot of value in us. But you know, for us, this world is about the connections that you make and the connections that you're able to give other people. So as a studio owner, I know you've been able to do that. You've been able to serve your community. What made you decide, hey, I'm going to open a stunt studio?
Well, really, I mean, I think it's really been about giving people a place to train, giving people an opportunity to train, because if you're not already really big in the industry, it can be hard sometimes to find somewhere to train or people to train with. And stunts, yes, you can train on your own, you can go do some fitness, you can do some martial arts training, but it's really hard to train a lot of different stunts and progress in them if you don't have somebody to work with or train with. You can't really do wires by yourself, right? You can't really practice a fight scene by yourself. You can practice some of your movements, some of your own choreography, go over it in your head, get in better shape, but you really need somewhere or some people to train with. So that's really why I did it. Yeah.
Yeah. So as a studio owner, speaking to another studio owner, I know all the hardships that go into that. Somebody that is wanting to open their own studio. People tell me all the time, they're like, well, I'll open my own studio. And I go, good luck with that. Because they don't know what you've been through. And unless they're just somebody who comes from a ton of money.
Sure.
I mean, to maintain something and be, you know, just a local person on a local salary, it's tough. Right.
It's tough. And me and you were talking about that a little earlier. I mean, the many different things that you have to do, especially when you're starting out. Work multiple different jobs just to support your dream, your studio, your place, you can't just do one thing. I mean, I've done so many different things, sell paintings, board dogs, do fitness training, work film gigs, and do all of that just to support my studio and keep it going, especially with COVID and all that. And
you're supporting your people, like you're going the extra mile to give your people a place to. And oftentimes in the beginning, it's not even appreciated. Like you're killing yourself. And people are, anything that we do, nobody will ever understand the hardships that we put into it. As a stunt performer, how did you get into stunts?
Well, it's funny because I've always wanted to be in the film industry. I always wanted to be an actor. Little kid, I always wanted to be famous, be an actor, be in action films. I'm a big movie lover. I've always loved the art that goes into filmmaking, whether it's the actor, the directing, the camera movements, just all about it. I've always loved it, even from a young age. So I always wanted to be in film, but as a little kid or even a teenager, I didn't even know that there was a stunt department, or I didn't know that stunts was even a thing. I just knew I wanted to be in that action film, fantasy, action, adventure. I wanted to be a part of it, whatever means necessary. 18, 19, I did some acting, some modeling. I actually started to get into the fitness industry to better my chances of being an actor in an action film. I thought maybe if I was in better shape, I would get a better role or get something like that. And as I started to get into film, doing some background work, doing some different films here in Atlanta, I started to realize that there is an actual department that I would fit in very well. dabbling in many different martial arts. My wife is a Muay Thai instructor, and I've done multiple different styles of training, Muay Thai, Kali, JKD.
And now in your studio, you have a lot of those that are being taught.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have multiple trainers who teach different styles of.
Absolutely. We got a lot of stuff going on. We have literally, in my opinion, some of the best instructors in the world training here. We've got two of our head martial arts instructors have over 40 years experience apiece, and both of their instructors. And then we have their instructors, Daryl Baker and Ed Jr., which both have 25, 30 years experience. So combined, there's over 100 years of experience teaching, and you just can't find that anywhere else.
And how much do you learn from them?
A ton.
Yeah.
A ton. I mean, they're just incredible. Every day I'm learning something new. Just when you think you've learned almost all that you can, there's more. There's always more.
Yeah. Yeah.
It never stops. I think Bruce, he was on your show and he was saying that it's a lifestyle, which it really is. Martial arts is a lifestyle. You never stop training.
He's 65 and still going.
Still going, still training, and you'd be surprised the way that he can move, and it's really interesting, man. Yeah.
Yeah. I think for me too, with my studio, that's what I find is I'm like, I decided if I ever got bored with coaching or whatever, I'm not doing it. Like, that's the way I am.
Right.
If I can't, I'm not going to force myself to.
Right.
But not a moment have I ever so far gotten tired and not found it exhilarating. I might have moments where I don't want to go in and teach. I might have moments where I don't want to do this, but it all those are little moments.
Yeah. What's that saying? If you love what you do, you don't work a day in your life.
Right.
Which is true. I mean, that's what other people that I've watched on your show say, that you got to have a lot of passion to be in the film industry, or I think that's true for anything, any dream that you're chasing. You have to have a lot of passion. Maybe you're going to have to work a side job. Maybe you're going to have to work somewhere else to get a stepping stone to get to your dream. But if you've got a goal in mind and you've got a dream that you're going for,
I find the biggest thing when when people come to me, the biggest thing is desire. They can, if they tell me, I want to be a star. If they tell me, almost anything else, but somebody that has desire,
right,
I can take them from literally not doing anything, and I can have them working.
Yeah.
But they got to have the desire.
You got to have desire
to do it.
You got to have passion, desire, and you got to be willing to sacrifice, because there's a lot. I mean, I know you and I are both workaholics. We work a lot, but it takes a lot to get where you want to go. If you want to get there quickly, and quickly can mean different things for different people. It can mean a number of years, or it can mean several decades or a couple decades, right? So if you want to get there quickly in your lifetime to a tangible goal, you got to work your butt off. And
you got to center yourself around people who are doing the same thing. I know with my husband, I had a ton of experience on stage, and I had, worked on multiple sets to begin, but him being a director, I've gotten to learn a lot just by listening and watching, and things that I didn't know that help my coaching.
Yeah.
The more you understand about the industry, and the more that you understand why this is going on and why that's going on, the better you are to lend yourself to others. And I know you find that with as many people as you have in here. What are your goals for, I don't know, next 5 years? What do you see?
5 years. Let's see. Well, actually, I've been doing a lot of coordinating lately. Just random shows and films have been popping up now that things are slowly opening from COVID.
You know what I see with COVID is as far as like non-union workers, and here in Atlanta we do have a lot of non-union workers. I think there's going to be a ton of work for non-union, because it's so difficult right now for the union sets.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. There's a lot of red tape. There's a lot of stuff that you have to do. Those coronavirus tests, it's difficult to get your entire crew, cast, everybody tested, and multiple times per week, so it's tough.
And quarantining.
Yeah.
And Yeah.
And it's funny what you said earlier. I just wanted to touch on that.
Yeah.
That coronavirus. That we were building a little bit of a relationship between me and you and Diego and my wife, and we have a little bit of a bonding going. I think COVID has really, it's done some weird things in a lot of different ways. It's brought people closer together. It's made people work harder, because if everybody's struggling, you gotta work together.
It's made everybody shift.
Shift big time. You gotta work together to try to overcome that. And if you don't, it's gonna be hard on you.
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty interesting the way that COVID has done everything, made our industry flip upside down. It's made a lot of us a lot tighter, a lot stronger.
But dude, yeah, don't you think we're gonna come back as a force?
Right. That's what I feel like, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's put us back. You guys were planning to film a feature film. You guys had a lot of good things going on. I had a lot of good things going on, which had to close down momentarily. But I feel like when everything opens back up, we're going to be stronger and more prepared.
We're going to be on fire.
Right?
Yeah.
It's going to be good.
Well, I know that Diego and I are very thankful for you and Bianca's relationship. And
likewise.
Yeah, and we have full trust in you, and I hope that we continue to grow together. It's so nice to have just to bond with people who like-minded and same worth ethic. And that you can trust.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. That's tough to find.
Yeah. So if somebody comes to you and says, "Hey, I want to be you," tell me what it takes to be you.
You got to be willing to sacrifice and get dirty, man. There's a lot of sleepless nights. I can remember first really starting to chase my dreams. I have 4 kids, by the way.
Yeah.
And a 2-year-old with my beautiful wife. But you got to have some sleepless nights. You got to be willing to have some sleepless nights. I remember first getting into the industry before I had my 2-year-old, and having to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning to take my sons to school, and getting off an overnight shoot at like 6 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
So literally no sleep. You got to be willing to give up sleep, give up junk food, and give up some of the things that most people think are the most important thing in your life, like going out to bars or going out to party or hanging out with friends. You got to be willing to give that up, man, because a lot of that I haven't done in years.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that I'm focused on my goals. And it's funny because I'm only 33, and a lot of people, some people ask me, how do you have this much experience and you're only 33, or how do you have this much progress in your life and you're only 33? I said, well, I've been working longer than 33 years. If you add it up, most people probably do 40-hour work weeks, and I probably do 80 or 100.
Yep.
So I'm not trying to either, blow myself up or get boast about myself, but I do work hard, and I probably have twice as much experience as someone else my age.
What's more important, work ethic or talent?
Work ethic, beyond the shadow of a doubt.
Yes, I'm glad you said that. Well, thank you so much again.
Absolutely.
Guys, this is Brian. If you're interested in stunts, martial arts, he's your guy. I have full confidence in him, and again, love working with you.
Absolutely. You guys can go to atlstunts.com. If you want to get into any of our classes, we're open to advanced and beginners.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me on the show, Kelly.
You're welcome. We hope this segment educated and inspired you.